Every day, we are surrounded by technology. Surrounded by our laptops, our keyboards, our phones, even to like the small things, like this printer. And even the things such as our cars, even the stuff we listen to music with, and our personal assistants. And yes, even our doorbells. Getting your hands on these technologies with microprocessors in them is a problem that more and more Americans face every day. Companies like Apple, Microsoft, AMD, and Nvidia have all had issues with getting customers the products they need and want. But why? This shortage of newer and more advanced electronics is due to a lack of semiconductors and microprocessors, otherwise known as microchips, which are used within the products to compute and operate properly. If you have attempted to purchase any product that uses any electronic parts to operate, you've probably noticed an increase in cost or a lack of stock. These semiconductors that are used in these products, such as cars, phones, laptops, and gaming consoles, are almost all likely to be out of stock or overpriced. The shortage is the result of a few issues that could have been stopped in advance. Additionally, now that we are in the midst of this dilemma, addressing the shortage will not be able to have an impact for the next few years. I wanted to see how this affected Americans. So to do that, I went out and asked people how the shortage affected you. I searched far and wide to find the best people I could interview. All right, thank you for your time. When and where did you first hear about the chip shortage?
It was this summer in 2021. I've heard about it on the radio, on the news, on TV, and it really didn't affect me until I went to go purchase a refrigerator. This summer we went to our local Lowe's, and just as always, we were looking at the different models that they had on the floor, but each time I would pick one that met what I was looking for, the salesperson would tell us it wasn't available. So then we'd go, okay, well, let's look at another one. And we went through about 3 of them like that where they weren't available. And then we finally just said, well, what is available? And the salesperson kind of laughed, and he said there was only 3 available in stock, and they weren't what we needed. So we just decided not to buy anything at that time.
So have you been forced or compromised into buying an inferior product because of the cost availability?
I wouldn't say inferior. We did have to compromise on the style, the color of the vehicle that we purchased this past fall. We knew the make and model that we wanted. We knew the features that we wanted in the vehicle, and so we were able to find something that matched that. But normally you'd be able to say, okay, I want that specific vehicle in this specific color, and I had a color in mind, and I didn't get to choose that. I had to take what they had. They really only had 3 vehicles on the lot that met my needs.
All right. Are there any products that you would have bought in the past that were above what the average was that you currently can't buy because of the shortage?
I like to be able to go into a store and, say for example, if I wanted to buy a laptop, I want to be able to go in knowing what I want and coming home with what I want. And at this time, sometimes you go into a store and you tell them exactly what you're looking for, and it's not available, or you can order it and it'll come in within 3 to 6 months. And I'd rather just wait and not have to order and be waiting for something to come in and then it not be what you wanted.
All right, that is all. Thank you for your time. Knowing this, I could now head back and make my final conclusion. All right, this is the conclusion. Let's not get this wrong. Whew. The first signs of a chip shortage in the U.S. first appeared in the waning months of 2020, as companies all across the U.S. were not allowed to operate at full capacity for the Christmas season. This meant that car manufacturers wouldn't be able to make their cars with the new technologies. Additionally, computing companies such as AMD and Nvidia were also limited in supply that they could produce their products. Companies like GM and Ford could produce the chassis and engine of their cars, but without those chips, the cars would be rendered pretty much useless, and they wouldn't fully operate. And so these cars would lay dormant until either an extremely costly or extremely limited supply of these chips could be put into these cars and finally given to the consumer. Additionally, companies like Nvidia and AMD could not make their graphics cards and gaming consoles in enough a quantity to meet their consumers' needs. The root of all this being supply chain issues. So will the chip shortage ever come to an end? Only time will tell. Thank you for watching the video. Peace out.